This lovely lady is Joy. That morning, Joy and her fiancé tilde copyright, Mason, had been approximately to visit paintings. Before parting ways, Joy gave him a drink that he made unique for him due to the fact that day changed into Mason's birthday. Mason knew that the flavor isn't always right, however, due to the fact he reputable his girlfriend, he forced himself to simply accept it. On the alternative hand, a person named Jack changed into watching a basketball healthy together along with his co-employees when all of a sudden, their boss confirmed up. Seeing their boss coming, they immediately backed to their matters. Without an addition ado, Jack's boss, who changed into already uninterested together along with his conduct, stated that beginning that day, Jack changed into fired. Jack didn't take delivery of it. He even challenged his boss to a one-on-one basketball healthy. If the wins, the boss have to deliver him a second hazard. However, if he loses, he'll end the task. They then went to a basketball alley in town. Jack gained a healthy at first, however, with inside the end, his boss controlled to show matters round and beat Jack. That means that Jack needed to end his task as he promised before. Before parting, his boss advised him that it changed into difficult for him to hearth-place him. Turned out, Jack's boss changed into none different than his very own father. He stated that it changed into difficult for him to hearth-place his very own son. However, the maximum critical component changed into being expert at paintings, and Jack didn't seem to have it with him. He changed into in no way right at his paintings. At night, after she got here domestic from paintings, Joy and her buddies organized a Marvel party for Mason's birthday. When Joy changed into talking to her buddy named Tipper, Joy confirmed her a unique present that she could later deliver to Mason. It changed into a holiday price tag to Las Vegas. Looking on the present, Tipper changed into surprised and stated that Mason have to be a fortunate guy due to the fact he has a lover like Joy. Joy then advised every person to hide. Sadly, the instant Joy talked to Mason when he got here, Mason all of a sudden desired to interrupt up together along with her with none clean reason. Joy changed into greatly surprised to listen that, knowing the marvel is ruined, Joy's buddies determined to pop out from hiding. To cheer Joy, Tipper determined to take Joy with her to the bar. At the bar, Joy vented her sadness and frustration. But despite her anger, she didn't want to discard the engagement ring Mason had given her because it was expensive. She chose to continue wearing it. Seeing that Joy was still deep in her sorrow, Tipper suggested they go to Las Vegas using the ticket Joy had purchased for Mason. Joy decided to go along with the idea. Meanwhile, Jack shared his problems with his friend Hater. Jack expressed his stress over being fired by his father and said he needed to get away for a while. Like Tipper had suggested to Joy, Hater recommended that they both go to Las Vegas to relax. The next day, they both set off for Las Vegas. Joy and Tipper together, and Jack and Hater together. That evening, after a day of fun in Las Vegas, Joy and Tipper headed back to their hotel to rest. At the same time, Jack and Hater returned to their room, but when Hater went to use the bathroom, he was shocked to find Tipper and Joy there. After the situation settled down, Joy complained to the hotel receptionist, saying that she and Tipper had accidentally been placed in the same room as strangers and requested a different room. It turned out there had been a mix-up. The receptionist, realizing the mistake, offered Joy the hotel's most luxurious room at the penthouse. Jack, seeing this, also voiced his complaint, and as an apology, the receptionist offered him the same luxury, along with VIP access to the hotel's facilities. Afterward, the four of them spent time touring the city in a limousine, one of the hotel's VIP perks. While at a cafe tilde copyright, Jack confided in Joy, explaining that he had been fired by his father and needed to distress. In response, Joy smiled and then shared her own reason for being in Las Vegas. She had just been dumped by her fiancé tilde copyright. They both decided to enjoy their time and forget about their problems. The next morning, Joy woke up confused when she noticed a ring on her finger. She saw a note from Jack on the mirror, referring to her as his wife and saying he was waiting for her. Suddenly, she remembered what had happened the night before. While drunk, she and Jack had gotten married. Meanwhile, Jack told Hater about his unexpected marriage to Joy, admitting that he didn't understand how it had happened since they had just met. As Jack and Hater were talking, Joy and Tipper arrived. creating an awkward situation. When Joy saw Jack, she went straight to the casino machines. Jack quickly approached her and told her that their marriage was a mistake and that he would have it annulled. Emotions flared, and they started arguing and blaming each other. Fed up with Jack's arrogance, Joy mockingly gave him a penny before leaving. Jack decided to use the coin to try his luck at the casino, and suddenly, a loud noise erupted from the machine. He had hit the jackpot, winning $3 million. In the excitement, Joy returned and tried to claim the jackpot, saying that the coin was hers, so the money belonged to her. Jack disagreed, stating that it was his luck that had won the money, so it should be his. Joy then reminded him that since they were married, his money was now hers too. Unwilling to give her the money, they decided to take the issue to court the following day. During the trial, the judge was perplexed by the reasons behind their divorce, as the couple had only been married for a day. The judge, unsure how to handle the situation, decided to confiscate the $3 million and ordered them to live as husband and wife for 6 months before making any final decisions. They were also required to attend counseling. If either of them requested a divorce before the probation period ended, the prize money would go to the one who had stuck it out until the end. Reluctantly, Joy and Jack were forced to live together in Jack's apartment. Their married life began, but it wasn't easy. On their first night, Joy insisted on sleeping in the bed, leaving Jack to sleep on the couch. However, when Joy checked Jack's bed, she found it smelled so bad that she had to clean it all night, unable to get any sleep. In the days that followed, they tried to annoy each other. Joy took extra time in the bathroom, Jack urinated in the sink, removed the toilet lid and bathroom door, and engaged in other petty actions. They both hoped the other would give up and ask for a divorce before the 6 months were up. Despite the chaos in their lives, they pretended to be happy and romantic during their counseling sessions. One day, while exercising with Tipper, Joy admitted that her life had become a mess because of Jack. Tipper suddenly had an idea. She suggested that Joy frame Jack as a bad husband, hoping to make the judge and counselor sympathize with her. This way, Joy would win the trial and be able to claim the jackpot. Meanwhile, Jack received the same advice from Hater. The following day, their new plans began. On this first day, Jack spiked Joy's drink with stimulants, hoping she would cause trouble at work and get fired. Unfortunately, his plan backfired. The drug made Joy even more energetic at work, which excited her colleagues and boss. That evening, two attractive women came to Jack's apartment. They told him that their apartment door was broken and asked if they could stay with him until it was repaired. Jack, eager for the company, agreed. He called Hater to update him on the situation. Hater immediately ordered Jack to kick the women out, suggesting that this was part of Joy's scheme to frame Jack for infidelity. Realizing Joy was trying to set him up, Jack came up with the plan. He asked Hater to bring all of his friends over for a party at his apartment. When Joy came home, she was surprised to find so many people there. She argued with Jack in the bathroom, where he tried to provoke her by saying he knew she still had feelings for Mason and that she should reconcile with him and let go of the $3 million. Annoyed, Joy denied it, insisting she would never get back with Mason. The competition between Jack and Joy escalated. One day, Jack had a friend call Joy, pretending to be the consultant's assistant, telling her that the counseling session for that afternoon had been postponed until Friday. Joy, relieved by the news, decided to relax, but when she heard Jack sneaking out of the house, she became suspicious. She called the consultant to confirm the schedule and found out that it hadn't been delayed. Realizing Jack had tricked her, she rushed to the counseling center, where they both arrived on time. Later, Jack was surprised to find his parents having dinner with Joy at his apartment. It turned out Joy had invited them over and was getting along with them very well. Jack took her outside to talk, where Joy revealed that she had invited his parents to win their favor. She wanted them to be on her side during the trial, rather than siding with their own son. Jack, cornered, begged her not to involve his parents, promising he would do anything if she didn't. Out of pity, Joy relented, and they returned to the dinner. The next day, Jack searched through Joy's things, hoping to find a weakness to use against her. In the bathroom, he found a ring from her ex-fiancé. Copyright Mason. That night, Jack met with Mason and returned the ring to him, telling him that Joy still loved him and that he could meet her at the park the next day if he wanted to reconcile. The next day, Jack organized a family gathering at a park, where Joy also invited Tipper. While at the park, Joy watched Jack playing with his niece and saw a side of him she hadn't noticed before: a kind, loving man who cared about children. Jack invited both his niece and Joy to take a walk. While Jack went to the bathroom, Joy was surprised to run into Mason, who immediately asked her to reconcile. However, Joy turned him down, telling him she had found someone better. Jack overheard this conversation and, despite his earlier intentions, felt a sense of relief. A few days later, Jack told Hater that he had been invited to a party hosted by Joy's company. Hater saw it as an opportunity for Jack to trick Joy, but Jack, having grown fond of her, was uncertain. He feared he might lose Joy for good after what had happened with Mason at the park. At the party, Jack mingled with everyone, including Joy's boss. When Joy changed into a stunning dress, Jack's plan to deceive her completely disappeared. At the end of the party, Jack was named the king of the party and was asked to give a speech. To everyone's surprise, Jack publicly declared his love for Joy, recalling all the beautiful moments they had shared. Hearing his heartfelt words, Joy was moved. After the party, they went home together. On their way, Joy shared a special memory with Jack as she had once visited a lighthouse by the beach before she started working and had felt a sense of freedom and peace. She hadn't been back since due to her busy schedule. Weeks passed, and the day of the trial arrived. As they prepared to go to court, Joy encountered Mason outside her apartment. He gave her the engagement ring, trying once again to get back together with her. Joy realized that Jack had given the ring to Mason to make her reconcile with him. She was deeply disappointed, realizing that Jack had been after the money all along, despite his sweet words and the moments they had shared. She knew that money was all he truly cared about. At the trial, the judge asked if they wanted to continue living together or proceed with the divorce. Before Jack could answer, Joy spoke through her lawyer, expressing that she wanted a divorce. She told Jack that he could have the $3 million, as she had given up on it. She then handed him the ring from Mason and said goodbye. That night, Jack won the money but was far from happy. After parting ways with Joy, he realized how much she meant to him. He found a photo of a lighthouse that she had mentioned earlier, a reminder of their connection. The next day, Joy's boss announced her promotion, but instead of accepting it, Joy offered it to a coworker and resigned. She explained that her work had kept her from finding true happiness, and she no longer wanted to sacrifice her joy for her career. Jack, meanwhile, confessed to his parents that his marriage with Joy had been fake, but he truly loved her. His father advised him to pursue the love of his life if he was truly in love with her. With newfound determination, Jack set out to find Joy, but no one knew where she had gone, not even Tipper. Eventually, he remembered the lighthouse and borrowed Hater's car to go there. When they meet again, amidst the peaceful sound of the waves, Jack confessed his feelings, admitting that he had been annoying and asking for a second chance. He promised to be a better husband and knelt down to propose. Joy, touched by his words, agreed to give their relationship another chance.